But the idea is that you're not forcing yourself. She's actually intrigued by you, stuck on her mind, or she'll talk to her girls about you like, hey, I had the time of my life. So the idea is that she's curious enough to everyone. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about do this to stand out to women. So with the things that I mentioned, it's all about you still showing up to be yourself. Confidence is always going to matter. Look good, of course, how you can act, what women pay attention to, all that good stuff. So with that being said, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And if there's other videos that y'all want to see, or you guys want to see a part 2 of this video, let me know in the comment section. And so for the first thing that I have on my list is being creative. Now this sounds so simple, but you have to remember when women are dealing with men all the time, where they get validation or they just been in a relationship, they're analyzing what they keep seeing happening with men. So in order for you to stand out, when you become creative, when you show that creative side, it is going to show a side that she can't just get from any guy, as in decide to want to do something fun, or you're going to be able to be creative enough to come up with ideas that's going to be very interesting. It's a great way you guys can go about it. You come up with how you want the dates to go. Don't let it be like you want to go to this restaurant and this restaurant is just a fancy restaurant and it's just that simple. That is something that she's probably going to experience from another dude. So now when you're trying to actually stand out, what you want to go ahead and do is plan the date at a restaurant that you know of that is good, but something that she would not know of. Now I'm not saying you have to know all the places to go. Sometimes it could be a random idea. You want to be spontaneous as well. So the idea is that she's curious enough to want to find out how it's going to go, and she's impressed because of the fact that you could come up with these ideas and give her a great experience. So she doesn't have to be bored. She doesn't have to feel like, dang, I'm ready to go. Or worse is going to be, oh, I've been there already with 2-3 other dudes, right? So taking her to a common known restaurant or somewhere that everybody goes to is not going to really have you be so creative. It's almost just like, okay, this is nice. Now there's different ways of showing creativity. So that could just be where you guys end up going, how you appear, how different you might be. So other things that you want to take into consideration is obviously what you have on. How do you stand out? What best fits do you rock really good? Or how do you just show yourself through the way you dress? Things like that. So being creative is really what's in your mind that is showing that you're different and standing out, and could go ahead and make things happen in a fun, exciting way that makes women want to be like, hey, I want to go back to that. Hey, I love this experience. Oh, I never tried that. I would love to. Or, oh, I want to just try this again with you because you've given me the best time of my life. And also when she walks into it with the curiosity mindset, it gets her actually more into you, because now she's like, oh wow, this is something I won't get with somebody else. So when you're being creative, really focus on what can you do differently that she would remember when she leaves, when she goes back to her friends or goes back to somebody that she talks to. She has you stuck on her mind, or she'll talk to her girls about you like, hey, I had the time of my life. Most times women will talk about how their experience was, if it feels like it's the same, if it feels like it's boring. So the way that you guys end up standing out is that she loves it so much, or she enjoys it, and she also feels like this is something different. So be creative, think outside the box, think of things that maybe she hasn't done. Even ask her questions such as, what have you not done but you want to do? Or even suggesting to her, let's try something fun and I get to pick, but you have to be up for it. So there's so many things like rock climbing. Maybe rock climbing is really known in your city or where you live, or she's done that before. So think of something else. Maybe something not like rollerblading or roller skating. Maybe that's way too common. But if there's something else that's a better date, or something besides just hanging out and watching a movie, then you can go ahead and be creative and stand out than these other guys out here that she will deal with or end up knowing of. Focus on what you could do differently to improve yourself. He's gonna notice you so much more. So have your skincare going.
That's why I'm excited to have T. Shanley as the sponsor of today's video. T. Shanley simplifies the process of taking care of your skin. They provide you with all the products you need and nothing you don't. Seriously, I still don't think some of you believe me when I tell you how much implementing a quality skincare routine will improve your confidence in all aspects of your life. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20, and a PM moisturizer. Oh, and to make it super easy, they provide this instruction card that comes in every box that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. It definitely comes in clutch. But you don't have to just take my word for it, because they have over 7,000 5-star reviews from customers around the globe. This isn't something you want to put off, because prevention is key. Get ahead of any signs of aging now. Your future self will thank you. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teach Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, access to exclusive monthly deals, pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Teach Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click that first link in the description and you'll get 30% off your first box plus a free gift. Don't miss out on this amazing deal. Click that link and get started today.
It's also about how good you look with your appearance. Don't do too much. And of course, when it comes down to your appearance, your hair is going to matter as well. So be put together in all aspects. Make sure your skin is clear. Remember, she's paying attention to how you look. If you look the part, if you look good, it's very hard to forget about you. It's very hard to look away. And it's also hard to be like, hey, this guy isn't getting girls out here. He's not experienced. So you're going to automatically have yourself stand out more. And then when you bring that creativity in, when you think of good dates and all these other things that I mentioned, when you go ahead and do all these things, you're going to put yourself at a better position to boost yourself to stand out and have women recognize you, remember you. Now let's move on to my next thing. And my next thing is very simple, but something that fellas are still not mastering or still not trying to get good at, or they don't put any work towards. And this is simply going ahead and being funny. If you're a funny dude, it's very hard for her to be mad or uninterested or say, hey, like, I'm bored right away and things like that, because she's actually intrigued by you. She's actually interested in these jokes, and she can't help herself but keep laughing in a good way, not laughing at you, but laughing with you. And if there's other things that you guys know of, such as other things that you feel like makes you stand out as a fella, things you've tried or you are willing to try, drop it down below. I would love to see it down below. I know a lot of fellas can also get help from that. Being a funny dude or having jokes to crack is enough for a woman to be like, oh, he's not like that other guy. That guy was so nervous, so shy. That guy was just talking about the same thing over and over. That guy didn't even say nothing that was interesting enough that led into me wanting to laugh or say, oh, you're so funny. When you're being funny, it's not the idea of just jokes. Yes, you could do jokes. You could joke around, you can fool around, tease and all that good stuff. But the idea is that you're not forcing yourself to be funny. There's nothing worse, fellas, than the guy that has to be like, hey, I have a joke to tell. And then it turns out to be the worst joke ever, and it just makes everything so awkward and uncomfortable. So that's not the position that you're putting yourself in. You're just gonna be a funny dude that's chill, that has some things that you can go ahead and bring up that's gonna be funny. And so to wrap up with this, remember, with your personality and the characteristics that you have is gonna make you already different, as in that is gonna be you yourself. How could you incorporate that to make it into, oh, I'm showing myself to be a funny dude, I can make her laugh, I have a few things to say that is also representing yourself. It's not nothing that is you trying to be something that you're not. Now let's go ahead and move on to the last thing. The last thing is very simple as well, and this is just being well spoken. A lot of times women will come around a dude that does not know how to keep a conversation going, but when he's not well spoken, she doesn't even really understand what he's saying, or a lot of it's just bad. How he's speaking, the words that he's saying, it does not make sense. He's not well spoken enough that he seems professional, or he seems like he could keep a conversation going. What are you around that makes you talk so broken, not well spoken? So it's very impressive, because she might put you at a higher category. So when she experiences a well spoken guy, remember, if she deals with immature dudes or comes around a guy that doesn't really care about how he speaks, maybe even talks really crazy or really talks with words that don't make sense, a lot of things are like, what are you saying? So when it comes down to these dudes, it's likely that she's gonna lose interest, or she's not gonna take them as serious. Now, when you are well spoken, she also wants to keep a conversation going, because it's almost hard not to keep talking to you. But the point of this is that she's gonna be like, oh, how are you well spoken? Maybe sometimes it involves that you like to read books. Maybe sometimes it's the videos that you watch, whether it's podcasts or even informative videos, that helps you to become well spoken. That is what your focus is gonna be, but it's showing when you go ahead and have a conversation with her. So be well spoken enough that you could keep a conversation going. You can say the correct sentences, they make sense. You're not just saying any words. You're not just trying to put two words together, or just saying, hey, let me skip a word, like things like that. It's just just really impressive when a guy can hold his conversation and be well spoken in the process. So you can stand out by her going ahead and saying, wow, he is well spoken, wow, he is professional, wow, he seems really mature, wow, he seems even smart. Could be the case as well. So be well spoken, practice on your speaking skills, go ahead and try to even be good at telling stories, being good storyteller. Those are the things that stand out to women. And so I hope this video was helpful. Go ahead and be creative, like I already mentioned. Make sure your body looks the part, your skin looks the part, you look all around the part. She's like, wow, I want to keep talking to him, or wow, I love the way you talk, things like that. Don't forget to get your skincare routine by clicking the link down below. You get 30% off plus a free gift. Don't miss out on this amazing deal. And that is all for this video. Y'all will see you in my next. Bye, y'all.